You asked a bunch of questions, and I am going to answer all of them, but you are coming with me with my long day with work, errands, everything. So one of the ongoing questions is about sleeping. So it was 5.5 hours last night. It's okay, but if I'm looking on weekly average, it's still around 6 hours, so it's not so bad. It's 7 hours 20 minutes in a bed and 6:45 of sleeping, so it's decent. I need 6 to 7 hours to sleep. It's fine if I'm getting that. Usually I'm going to sleep at about 10 o'clock and waking up at about 5:36 latest, and then I'm already walking with my dog at about 6 at the morning. I was used to wake up very late. I was kind of thinking that I am night owl and I prefer to stay up long nights and do programming at work and all that stuff, but actually turns out that waking up early and doing most important things on the morning works better, at least for me. I highly recommend to try that to everyone. Also, I hope that new microphone works decently well. I just received it yesterday and boxed it, and I will try to use it in different places, in different environments today, because we have to run some errands, I have to be in meetings, I will do just my regular programming job, so we'll see how it works. With my camera, I'm recording currently on my Sony camera, but I will try to use it with this iPhone during the day as well. We'll see how that will work. Best coffee brew type. If I'm making coffee at home, that is Chemex. Coffee tastes the best if you have just freshly grinded coffee. So I'm using hand coffee grinder. It doesn't take too much time to grind the coffee, and it's kind of, I don't know, maybe some little bit of exercising. Electric coffee grinders cost a shitload of money. I was looking basically on recommendations, and those are, I don't know, 400, 800 euros for coffee grinder. I'm too cheap for that, so hand coffee grinder, that's it for me. And even this one was something like 40 or 60 euros. Those prices are crazy. But yeah, when I'm making coffee at home, most often that is Chemex. Usually I'm starting my day with one Chemex. And I'm not always making coffee first thing in the morning because, I don't know, I do not feel that I need coffee to wake up because, I don't know, I am awake, I'm after a walk with dog in -Celsius degrees, you are awake anyways. But I just like taste of coffee, and I like to drink coffee while I'm doing my morning writing and all that stuff. So at home it's Chemex. If I'm going to coffee shops or buying coffee in gas stations, then usually that is flat white. I like that one. Also I have coffee mocha pots at home. What else? Yeah, I have AeroPress that I'm using usually taking with me when I'm traveling to Airbnb, and I'm not sure if they will have coffee making machine, so then I'm grabbing my AeroPress. And it is really handy because in AeroPress basically you are kind of putting your coffee here, putting water, and then you are having this kind of, I don't know, pressure thing, and you are pushing your coffee out from here. And it's very compact for traveling, and this coffee grinder fits inside right here. So it's this small package is enough to have decent coffee on the go. Those there are smaller coffee grinders as well. This one is a little bit too big for AeroPress, but it is right size for Chemex, so therefore I have this one. If you would like to have this package even smaller, you could make that coffee grinder basically in this size. So this is my recommendation for traveling if you like to have decent coffee on the go. Yeah, here we had also a question about are morning streams coming back? Unfortunately, no. Currently on the mornings I am doing writing, and sometimes I'm going to gym. I'm trying to go to the gym now 2-3 times in a week, or I'm going for a run if weather is not horrible and I am somewhere in warm countries. So mornings currently are for exercises and for writing. What I'm writing blog posts, newsletters, Twitter or X. Also, I'm writing scripts for videos and so on. This video obviously is not scripted, I'm rambling, right? You know what? It's too dark actually in kitchen. Super cool stuff. I'm using this iPod sometimes when I'm just going for walks and listening music. It's kind of silly to use it in this kind of time, but the cool stuff is that you have all the songs with you. You don't need internet connection, you don't need to stream if you are on plane or I don't know, somewhere aboard running, going for a run. It's small, it's smaller than iPhone, but I don't know who is so crazy that is going outside the home without the phone, without camera and I don't know, maps, navigation, everything. So usually I'm ending just having both of them, so it's not so much space saving as I expected. Oh, this is a good one. Is MacBook Air enough to start app development? So I have here M1 Pro. So that is 16-inch M1 Pro, and it is plenty to do all the programming jobs that I do during the workday. Also, I'm editing all my photos and videos on this machine. Also, I do streaming from this machine. Yesterday I was doing streaming to Kick, Twitch and YouTube while I was programming, so it was working just fine. I used Restream.io for that, but okay, doesn't matter. The point here is that 16-inch M1 Pro with just 16 gigabytes of RAM is enough to do whatever I have to do for programming. Yes, I would like a little bit more power for video editing, so M3 Max maybe could be better, but that is about 4,000 euros investment, so maybe I will keep this one for a bit more. So if you are getting M1 MacBook Air, basically the cheapest one, which how much it is, under the 1,000 euros, something like 900, whatever, that will be just fine. The only thing that I highly recommend you to get is 16 gigabytes of RAM instead of going with 8 gigabyte base model, because RAM will be bottleneck. Sooner or later you will see that 8 gigabytes of RAM is not enough. 16 gigabytes will be enough for a long time. Even if you will run into the problems with the RAM, SSDs are quite fast and machine will swap and you will be fine. If you will buy the cheapest machine with 256 gigabytes SSD, you already will be short on SSD, you will swapping on that. That SSD is slowest from all that Apple have, so that experience will be a little bit crappy, but otherwise it will be plenty. Do you need to work from client office from time to time? No. No, I do not work from client office. I'm working remotely since I started freelancing. Okay, next question while I'm kind of riding around before freelance work starts. Will I ever mentor a junior developer? No. Why? Because I'm not working like a full-time developer in company. If I will be full-time senior developer, mentoring would be part of my job. I will do mentoring. I will be paid basically to be mentor for juniors. Currently, I'm working as a consultant, and even I'm working as a part of the team. I am one of the senior developers. There is another one kind of senior developer, and we are just building product together. I have no one to mentor. That's one thing. Another thing, so if I would mentor someone outside the job, so how that would happen? Imagine you, for example, DM me and ask me, that happens time to time. Hey, my name is Ivers. Please spend your time and mentor me. Mentors are getting nothing from that. If you are working in company, you are investing in your juniors, and basically you are making them better developers by mentoring. Yeah, if you will be my kind of childhood friend and I would like to help you out, sure. I can spend my time and I can do mentoring for you. If you are just stranger from the internet, sorry. I'm already trying to do my best to kind of make tutorials, make educational videos, write a newsletter with helpful information. I can't just justify to put multiple hours in a week to do one-on-one mentoring. So, no. By the way, I'm waiting in a line for a gas station to fill the gas in the car. Good that I don't have electric car, as otherwise I would need to sit 4 hours for charging. Whatever. So, next question. Basically, you should start to feature your followers, apps, and so on. I don't think that will work because 2 reasons. I think how we will do that. If I will start to pitch you a new app every month and just show, or every week, and show your apps to each other, so that will not be interesting content. One thing. Another thing, my audience is not your app audience. For example, if you are making app for young parents to kind of help to grow their kids, how many people from my audience will be interested in that? If you will post something on Twitter and will tag me, and I will see that you released an application which could be interesting for my audience as well, I will repost it, no problem at all. Okay, another big one was about why I don't develop applications for Android, and is it kind of profitable to develop only iOS applications? So I'm ignoring Android app market just because I don't have Android phone. I don't want to support all the zoo of Android phones. I'm completely fine with having only iOS application. Currently, last year I made 50K on my own apps in the iOS App Store only. If I will develop Android application as well, probably I will have around 30% increase, maybe. That's a lot, of course, but also that's a lot of work to support all of that. Because I already spent all the time that I have on indie app development. I just don't have time for Android apps. Will I do that eventually? Maybe, but in that case, probably I will give it a try just for experiment to Flutter or something like that to have cross-platform application. But there are cons as well, you know. If I use Flutter, there is no easy way to get Apple Watch application. Also, currently I'm interested in Vision Pro. I don't have really time and resources for that. Even I would like to develop Vision Pro application. So there are always many possibilities than time to work on them. Therefore, I have to choose more or less wisely. And currently my choice is to focus on iOS applications only. I don't know. So far it works fine for me. We'll see how that will go. Why I never started web development and why I am doing app development. So, web development, I kind of learned a little bit in the university. I learned basics of HTML. I did my bachelor job using PHP. As product manager, I was working on quite a few web apps or web projects. Again, that didn't really excited me. Those user interfaces, we was working in payment industry, user interfaces were kind of bare minimum. Support of all those old Internet Explorer versions was just pain in the ass. I don't know, that doesn't look exciting for me at all. I don't know why. Apps always felt different. You can build application, install it on your device, use it for yourself, share it with your friends, show it to your friends. That felt completely different. And I really enjoy building those applications. So yeah, that's why. Okay, one done, few more go. So, are you from Latvia? Yes, I am. Politics. Are you scared from your neighbors? And that's probably about war in Russia. I'm used to live in sketchy neighborhoods. It's fine. So let's go to next. Yeah, next one is deep. How would you learn app development if you have to start over? So that's actually a topic for separate video, and I have it in backlog, and probably I will do that video just to have more on point and so on without rambling. But in short, I will do the same. Basically, I will choose the teacher which I like, because I think that most important is how to have teacher which you like. Because for me, maybe one course and teacher works great, but you will hate the teaching style and that will not work for you. That will be maybe too slow, too fast, and so on. So exact resource recommendation is not important. You have to find whatever you like. But find one, stick with it, learn basics from that teacher, from that course. I don't know, how to use Xcode, how to build apps, how to build basic applications. And then as soon as you can build something following tutorial, start building your own projects. And yeah, currently with ChatGPT you can use that. So there are many technical details, and we can go in those on separate video, probably we will do. But on basics, it is learn from tutorials just enough to start building your own projects, and as soon as it is possible, start building your own projects. Because the biggest problem when you're learning is that you are going from one tutorial to another and kind of endlessly learning. And it kind of feels that you are learning and you're improving, but the problem is that you can't do anything without those tutorials. So that's that. Another one, is it necessary to have a computer science degree? Yes and no. It is way easier to get first job if you have a computer science degree, but as soon as you have any work experience, computer science degree doesn't matter. I learned everything on my own, and even I have a computer science degree. I got my computer science degree back in 2007. That is basically before iPhone was released. So I learned some basics of C, some basics of HTML, stuff like that. But real programming, and especially iOS development, I learned later on my own. And that computer science degree didn't help me at all. Fuck, I missed parking spot. Okay, I see another one. Come on, why so slow? Okay. Okay, that will be part of the gift. We can go home. So Next one was kind of interesting question. I don't know what exactly it is about, your experiences. I guess that's about my professional experiences, what I did so far and so on. I hope I understand your question right, that you are asking about my professional experience. But yeah, my experience so far is I started as a carpenter. Yeah, whatever. My life story short. I become carpenter, then I went to the army. After army, I spent, I don't know, about 8 years in police. Then I started to learn computer science. I got job in tech industry as field technicant in payment industry. Then I become product project manager, moved up to the corporate ladder to the head of products, was responsible for 3 countries, for those, for Baltic, Latvia, Estonia as head of products. Then I understood that I'm kind of bored of that and want to build my own apps and do all that stuff. Started to develop iOS applications and started freelancing. Basically, since 2016, 17, let's say 2017, I am professionally developing applications, basically getting paid for that. I started freelancing. My experience with that, I don't know. So yeah, I was working so far on, there is application in the market, biggest project I would say is anti-land application. I could name that. It is quite big chat application similar to the, let's say, WhatsApp, something like that. With in-app currency, you can buy random stuff and send gifts and so on. So yeah, something like that. There are a few millions of users for short period of time. I was solo developer of that application, but after that we started to grow team, made the team bigger. But yeah, after some period of time, I spent about 4 years working for this company part-time, and have multiple projects in parallel as well. Currently, I'm working for other company as freelancer, and I have my own applications in the App Store. At the time, I have 5 active applications, which generates quite decent money, let's say so. That's my experience. Okay, back to home, and it's time to start to work on my freelance project.
Blue dew, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Blue dew, that blue, sort of witty and jaded, but let's not talk about you. Your coyote song.
Okay, I have less than an hour till the meeting. Let's do rapid fire answering probably all the questions. Do you use your own packages in your projects? No, currently not, because it doesn't make sense yet. How can I get remote work? I have 4.5 years experience, and how to contribute in open source iOS. Open source, that's easy. Just find open source iOS project on GitHub and start to send fixes and pull requests for features and do that. Remote job, that's harder. I don't know. You can be lucky and find job even on Upwork. I will try LinkedIn and so on, but basically that is, the more you try, the better chance to luck you have. Higher programming languages, basically that's probably a question how many languages I know. As a beginner to coding, can I do learning and practice both in parallel? You don't need to practice both or whatever languages in parallel. Pick something one, learn something one, and then learn something else if you will need. I kind of know a little bit of everything. I don't know, C, Java, HTML, PHP. I can read Python, but professionally, kind of for real, I can build apps in Swift only. If I need to switch in a month to Android development, I would catch up with Kotlin and Compose for user interface and what else not. So that's not so hard when you learn one language. How you create your screenshots for your atomic habit tracker. We discussed about that in the last live stream. I will try to pin a timestamp to that exact moment in the live stream. Hopefully I will remember that, so then there should be a link to that. Where did you get that awesome shackle bracelet? Oh, this one. I bought it on Croatia when I was there on vacation. Pleasures of Deus. Midday nap. TV or monitor as a second screen? Really, monitor, of course, because pixel density, resolution, response time, I don't know, everything. Do you work on personal project or as a freelancer for companies? Both and even more. So I have my personal projects in the App Store, and I'm working as consultant for other companies. Also, I'm creating content. Also, I'm creating courses. So all of that generates revenue. If you are asking about what I do to earn money. However, do you know some learning resources for juniors seeking to be confirmed, basically to level up? I will say hacking with Swift, that plus subscriptions, those kind of courses are great, but I don't really know any exact kind of resource how to get from junior to senior, because I have to say basically that's just practice. Write more code and you will become better in programming. So probably that. Learning best practices, sure, you can, again, hacking with Swift, there is design patterns book. That was kind of interesting. There was something like Swift Pro book, something like that. That was also kind of interesting. Yeah. How do you switch between app development tasks daily and manage to keep focus? So keeping focus, that is tricky one. I don't have I'm not tested properly, but probably I have ADHD. I don't know. My focus is always kind of running around. That's one thing, but I'm just splitting day in parts. Usually, if I'm working on my own applications, that is on the morning before freelance work, or at night if I'm doing that on live streams. So during the middle of the day, I'm working on freelance project. However, could you please give an advice how to find freelance clients? Yes, I can. I have a video about that. I will pin that video. How to get job in Riga? I'm Flutter developer. I have no idea, frankly. I'm not working in Riga. All my customers are outside Latvia. And last one question. What is better, work with third-party companies, Upwork and so on, or create apps for AppStore? So that's those two completely different questions. If you are working for anyone else, is it full-time job or is it freelance customers? Basically, you are selling your time for money, which is totally fine. Everyone is doing that in day jobs, and everyone who is freelancing doing that as well. That's fine, but that's just one goal. If you are building your own applications and releasing those in the App Store, that's a completely different goal, because you can attach your time and money. Basically, you can build applications and then they will kind of generate that revenue semi-passively, which is kind of nice, but the catch is there is catch as well, because it is not easy. It is way harder. If you need money ASAP, if you need money next month, basically freelancing is the way to go. If you can wait and you would like to maybe get more money for hours you are spending working, but later, let's say in a year, maybe in a year and a half, maybe in 2 years, then build your own applications in the App Store. I'm doing both, but if I have to choose one, I will build my own applications. And of course, then you need some savings or something, to be able to work on your applications and wait until you will get paid for that. Okay, seems that I answered all the questions for this moment, but you still can send questions in. So if any will come in while I'm cooking my breakfast and eating and sitting in meeting, I will answer those after meeting. If this is the end of the video, I answered each and every question.